Police in New Zealand is currently calling on homeless and underserved people who received sweets as charity gifts from Auckland City Mission, a charity organization, to return the sweets or avoid eating the pineapple-flavored sugar food. According to the police authority, the pineapple sweets dished out by the New Zealand charity have tested positive for potentially lethal amounts of methamphetamine. The police made this known on Wednesday morning, which sparked an urgent race to remove them from the streets, as the contaminated sweets contain about 300 doses of meth, which authority in the country said can lead to death. It was gathered that the New Zealand charity, Auckland City Mission, accidentally gives out the sweets filled with lethal dose of methamphetamine, a highly addictive stimulant that affects the central nervous system, according to observers. We learned that it was the anti-poverty charity, the Auckland City Mission, that raised the alarm after discovering a batch of the sweets was contaminated with the highly addictive and illegal narcotics. Here's what happened. The charity recently handed out what appeared to be pineapple-flavored boiled sweets to the community. Unfortunately, these sweets were actually small blocks of methamphetamine cleverly disguised to look like individually wrapped candies. Authorities are now working diligently to recover these dangerous substances and ensure they don't cause harm. The Auckland City Mission, which operates with a mission to support the vulnerable and underserved, has expressed deep concern and is cooperating fully with the police. The meth was disguised as pineapple-flavored boiled sweets. The Auckland City Mission distributed these items before realizing the mix-up. The police are actively involved in recovering the meth and ensuring public safety. The situation is under investigation, and the priority is to address the issue swiftly to prevent any potential harm. If you or anyone you know has received these candies, please report it immediately to local authorities. Your safety and well-being are paramount, a resident in New Zealand stated in a post. The anti-poverty charity said in a statement that up to 400 people may have received the sweets from Auckland City Mission as part of a food parcel. Adding, the sweets were donated anonymously by a member of the public in a sealed retail package. At least 3 people, including a child, sought medical attention afterwards, though none are currently in hospital. We did not know that the lollies contained methamphetamine when they were distributed, the charity's spokesperson said, according to BBC reports. New Zealand Drug Foundation said each individual sweet could have a street value of around 1,000 New Zealand dollars, 601 United States dollars. Police said while the incident could be accidental rather than a targeted operation, they had not drawn any conclusions, as it is a bit early to say. The charity alerted the authorities on Tuesday after being alerted by a recipient about the funny tasting sweets. Helen Robinson, chief executive of Auckland City Mission, said that some of the charity's staff members tried the sweets themselves and agreed with the complaints and started to feel funny afterwards, according to BBC. The BBC report added that they then sent sweets that were still on site to the New Zealand Drug Foundation for tests, which confirmed that potentially lethal levels of methamphetamine were contained in the samples. The foundation said they found about 3 grams of methamphetamine in a sweet that was sent for testing. A common dose to swallow is between 10 to 25 milligrams, so this contaminated lolly contained up to 300 doses, says its head Sarah Helm, adding that swallowing such amounts of the drug is extremely dangerous and could result in death. Methamphetamine can cause chest pain, racing heart, seizures, hypothermia, delirium and loss of consciousness, according to the foundation. Robinson said the mission distributes around 50,000 food parcels a year and only commercially manufactured food are included in these parcels. Meanwhile, police have asked people that have sweets wrapped in brand Rinder's yellow pineapple flavor packaging to contact them immediately. It's vital the public are aware of these lollies and the hazard that they present, Detective Inspector Glenn Baldwin said in a press conference on Wednesday. He said that such cases of food laced with meth had happened before and they would likely work with Interpol on the investigation, which may take some time. Rinder, a Malaysian confectioner, had told BBC that it has come to their attention that their products may have been misused in connection with illegal substances, and the company does not use or condone the use of any illegal drugs in their products. We will work closely with law enforcement and relevant authorities to address this issue and protect the integrity of our brand, the firm said in a statement. Stephen Peck, the general manager of Rinda, reportedly told local news site, Stuff New Zealand that the contaminated candy he had seen in photos was white whereas Rinda's product is yellow. The authorities are still trying to understand the scale of the spread. 16 packets have been recovered so far. Police say each packet could possibly contain 20 to 30 sweets, but they don't know the exact number in the 16 packets. Up to 400 people have been contacted by the charity. Robinson said the sweets likely came into the charity's possession in about mid-July, but that they are calling everyone as far back as the 1st of July to be safe. Ben Batsam, deputy director of the New Zealand Drug Foundation, said the organization believes the incident was unlikely to be intentional, as disclosing substances as something else to smuggle it into another area is common. But there are still fears that other charities could be affected. Robinson said she had contacted other charities to check for their sweets. To say we are devastated is an absolute understatement, she told the press, adding that 1 in 5 in New Zealand experience food insecurity, which makes the incident deeply distressing, according to BBC.
OsazuwaAkonedo, bringing you the news in a more digital way.